an adult is completely overrated. This weekend, my mom and my cousin Charity went out, and me being the underage driver, I get to be their DD. So I took them out. And, taking them out was fine. They had a lot of fun or whatever. They then called me and told me that they were ready to be picked up. So, like I always do, I go to pick them up. And then Charity texts me and she says, we're not where you dropped us off, we're at Burgers and Brew. So I was like, oh, okay, I don't know how to get there, but I'll find you. Yeah, I'll find you. So I went to pick them up, and I went across the street from Burgers and Brew, and I parked there, and I waited for them to come to me. I didn't wait very long. They were right there, so they just hopped in the car. No big deal. I start driving off, and then all of a sudden from the back, I hear Charity say, no, you can't light that in here. And I was like, who are you talking to, kid? And then I hear another voice, and he goes, I'm sorry. And I'm like, who the frick is in my car? Like, who is this? This some random dude in my car. Just some random guy jumped into the back of my car. And my mom was like, oh my gosh, no, you can't light that in here. And Charity was like, stop, you have to put it out. And I was like, what is he trying to light? What is he trying to light in my car? Dude was trying to smoke a blunt in the back seat of my car, and I don't know him, and I don't even know why he was in my car in the first place. So, what? Well, I roll down the window. Charity tells him to throw it out. He throws it out. I'm like, who is this guy? I didn't even notice anybody got in the car. And my mom's like, I didn't even notice anybody got in the car. And Charity's like, yo, me either. I don't know why he got in the car. So I'm like, okay, where am I going? Like, so he says, drop me off here. And my mom's like, no, dude, we're not going all the way across town to take you. Who are you, And he's like, no, please, just take me, please. Like, I'll pay you. And I was like, pay me? And he was like, here's $10. And I was like, okay, $10, sure, we'll take you home. So we drive across town, and we take him to the street that he told us to go to, and we're like, okay, this is it, hop out. And he's like, no, this isn't it, go that way, keep going. And we were like, this is the street that you told us to be on. He's like, this isn't the place, no, this isn't it, just keep going. And I was like, am I gonna keep going? And my mom was like, just keep going. And I was like, okay, I guess I'm gonna keep going then. So I keep going, and he was trying to be on 14th, and we were going down. We were on like 9th now. He was like, no, just keep going. We were like, the numbers are going down the farther that we keep going. And you wanted to be that way. We took you here. You said that wasn't it. Now we're taking you here. We're not going any further. He's like, come on, I paid you. You're just going to take my money and then not take me home? So my mom gave him his money back, and she was like, here, you can have your money back. We're not taking you all the way back there, and we're not going to keep going. Like, we never told you to get in the car in the first place, so hop out. So this guy's like, man, come on, this isn't my house. This isn't where I'm supposed to be. Please just take me home. And we're like, we're not taking you home. We are not taking you home. Get out of my car. So this dude hops out. He drops the money. So obviously I kept it. And then we drive. We keep driving. We're on the way to take Charity home now. And even though I've lived in Chico for 10 years and I've been driving for like 2 years now, I still don't know my way around Chico, especially not at nighttime. So I only know one way to get to Charity's house, but Charity knows a different way. So she tells me to go this other way. And I was like, okay, I don't know where I am, so just, make sure you tell me where to go. And they're like, okay, yeah, go this way. And I went that way. And so we're driving, and we have to go around this roundabout, and that's fine. I go around roundabouts all the time, so I go around. But then the road after the roundabout is, like, blocked in by curbs, and it was really skinny, like way skinnier than I thought it was.
It looked a little something like this.
So I turned to go down that little skinny road, and I freaking hit the curb. really hard. So yeah, immediately after I got back on the road, my low pressure tire light came on. So that's fun. I ended up taking Charity home, and when we were almost to her house, we started hearing the tire make noise because it was flat. Like, completely flat. Like, the tire was falling off. It was horrible. So, once we got to Charity's house, we were like, hey, can you take a look? She takes a look. She's like, it's really flat. It's on the driver's side in the back. And I was like, wow, that really sucks. Just my luck, you know? My mom says we can make it home, so we drive home. I have to go like 10 miles an hour because my tire is popped. And if you know anything about me, you know that driving under like 50 miles per hour makes me want to pull my hair out and die. So we're almost to my house and I have to stop at a stop sign. And this other car with like 6 people in it see me, and they roll down their window and they're like, hey, you have a flat tire. Are you okay? Do you need help? And me, being the awkward, super anxious person that I am, just yelled out, yeah! So he probably thought I was crazy, and so he followed me. And then we turned onto my street, and I was like, please don't let this car follow me anymore. And he followed me. And I got to my house, and he pulled up beside me, and he was like, hey, are you guys okay? Like, do you have a spare? Do you need help? You've got a flat tire. And I was just like, yeah, I know, we're fine. And he was like, are you sure? Like, are you okay? And my mom was like, oh yeah, we're home now. It's okay. We're totally fine. Thank you. And I was like, bye. Yeah, I was more than awkward in this situation, and I really hated the entire experience. So I hop out, I take a look at the tire. The tire looks like absolute crap. I'm nauseous and anxious and sad, and I go to bed. And the next day is a Sunday, so I can't even take it to a tire place because all the tire places were closed on Sundays for some reason. So then we had to wait until yesterday, which was Monday. So then the next day, I wake up to my mom on the phone with people, talking to a bunch of different people, writing down notes and stuff. I look outside, the tow truck is there. Turns out they were putting on my spare tire that I didn't even know I had in the trunk. And my mom was on the phone with the tire places, finding out costs and measurements and times that I could come in and whatnot. She gave me all her notes and she told me where to go. And after she left, I took my car with its ugly little spare tire on the back and I took it to the tire place. And I had no idea what I was doing. So, yeah, imagine little awkward me driving into this strange tire place and not knowing where to go or park my car. I park and then I don't know where to walk in. I find the entrance eventually. And I walk in and the guy says, hey, how can we help you? And I'm like, hey, I need a tire. Like, duh, you need a tire. Obviously, why else would you be here at a tire place unless you needed a tire? He's like, yeah, okay, what size? And I was like, here are the notes my mom took. I don't know what any of this stuff means, and I don't know anything about my tire or my car or how to be a functional adult. So I gave him the notes, and he was like, oh yeah, we had somebody call about this earlier. Was that you? And I was like, no, that was my mom. So then he's like, where's your car? And I was like, oh, I parked it in the parking lot way back there. And he was like, do you want to bring it up? And I was like, yeah, duh, let me go do that. So I leave through the wrong door because why wouldn't I? And I go get my car and I pull it up to the front and I was about to pull it into their garage and the guy was like, no, stop, you can stop there. And I was like, oh, let me stop here. So I stopped and I got out and he was like, I'll pull it in for you. And I was like, oh, okay. My bad. So, he takes my car and he pulls it in and he's like, you can go have a seat. We'll get that tire on for you. And I was like, yeah. So then I just like stood there for way longer than I needed to. And then eventually I made my way inside. And I sat down and I started watching YouTube videos. I didn't have my AirPods, so I was just listening to it out loud like a freaking loser. It didn't take very long. I got through like one video maybe. And then he came back in and he was like, hey, your car's all set. And I was like, perfect, yeah. And I walked up to the counter and he was like, that's going to be $40. And then I just need you to write your name here and sign here. And I was like, $40? Like, I'm already broke. $40, really? I didn't need that. I really didn't need that. But I paid it because, you know, what else was I going to do, right? So I paid it, I signed, I got my receipt, he gave me my keys. I left again through the wrong door, again, because that's just who I am. And I took my car and I left. And that was my gut-wrenching, head-throbbing, nauseating, expensive experience of being an adult for 2 days. I really didn't like it, and I don't look forward to being an adult in the future either. But I don't really have a choice, do I? That's all for this video. I hope you enjoyed listening to me struggle with life. If you did, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. Go ahead and share your experiences of being an adult in the comments below, and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you want to see more of me being a crybaby. Okay, love you. Bye.